Hi fellow dog fanciers, welcome back to a new video. So many who dream about owning a dog actually want a puppy in particular, and I'm sure that this is the same for some of you as well. That's understandable. Puppies are adorable and they're experts at making our hearts melt. But did you also realize that your puppy will grow up sooner than you expect, and with the proper care it will one day become a senior that might even have more demands and might need more care than when it was a puppy. Puppies grow by the hour, and puppyhood is something very temporary. If you want one, you should also commit to loving it and giving it the proper care throughout the duration of its life, so that one day it grows old and lives as long as possible. In other words, if you want a puppy, you should also want an old dog. In this video, I will talk about senior dogs, and I will also show you what life with Lacey, our oldest member of the Whippet pack, looks like and what it takes to keep her healthy and happy. Let's get started. Depending on the breed or the size of your dog, the more they grow, the more specific caring for them will become. After all, growing old is not always fun and games. Aging is an inevitable part of the life of every living being, and sometimes it goes with some negative extras and health complications. For instance, joint problems, cancer, obesity or weight loss, hearing and vision loss, and more. Even if your dog comes from a responsible, reputable breeder and you give it the best care possible, dogs are still living, breathing, vulnerable beings, and we can never have 100% guarantee that they will always be healthy. So as your dog ages, you might have to deal with some issues or complications that require a lot more of your time, attention, effort, and money. So you might have to deal with health complications that require vet visits, medication and supplements that cost plenty, and you have to make sure you give them as prescribed, or different dietary needs that your dog might have, or partial or complete immobility that will require you to help them walk or go to the bathroom. All different possible additions to the regular care that your dog has needed up until the moment they started aging. Now let's talk about Lacey. She's 11 and a half years old, which for a Whippet it's not that super old, but she's still a senior. Luckily, knock on wood, she is rather healthy. The only issue she has is with her spine. 5 years ago she was running outside chasing a ball, and all of a sudden she was on the floor screaming and crying. After that she had her hind half of her body paralyzed. She was then rushed to the vet, and the conclusion for the cause was herniated disc. Luckily her recovery was rather quick and she was back on her feet shortly after, but until this day she walks funny and she prefers to spend most of the day lying down. Walks make her tired quite quickly and she is not as active as she once was, and that's due to the issue that she had and also because of her honorable age. When it comes to diet, she is very spoiled and she is rather skinny. She has a few small meals a day because she eats very tiny portions at a time, and sometimes she will be hungry, but she will refuse this particular type of kibble because she wants something else instead. We wanted her to eat better, meaning more, to gain weight back and to be more energetic, which, you know, food is fuel. If you don't eat enough food, then you won't have enough energy. We recently went to the pet store and bought a few different types of kibble. What I was looking for was not necessarily food for senior dogs, because this type of food usually has less calories, because senior dogs are prone to obesity and Lacey needs more calories and more protein to gain more weight and maintain muscle mass. So I was going through the labels of many packages of food and I grabbed anything that was high premium and had very good quality ingredients. And we also needed different types because Lacey is picky and she might not like a particular type of food, and we needed to have a backup with 2 or 3 or even 4 different types of food. So now I have a cabinet full of small bags of dog food from different types so that Lacey can have an alternative every time she refuses a particular type of kibble. For those of you that don't know, our whippets have kibble for breakfast and raw or barf for dinner. In the morning around 10:30 she has her breakfast just as the rest of the pack, and sometimes she won't start eating straight away, and then I will break a few treats in very tiny pieces to mix in with her food, and that's how she'll get started. Then throughout the day while I'm working, I will offer her food around every 2-3 hours. She is not always hungry and she doesn't always want it, but sometimes she is and she won't tell me, so it's worth trying. Every once in a while she will finish her bowl and I would think that she is done, but then I will offer her a different type of food and she will keep on eating. Other time she won't eat from her bowl, so if you don't really know her you would guess she is not hungry, but because I know her well, I start hand feeding her and she will finish her meal like this. If I give her the wrong food, aka the food that she loved yesterday but wants nothing to do with today, she will give me a very special type of judgmental look. She has dinner at 6:30, 7 p.m. together with the rest of the pack, and she always gets something extra with her food. Sometimes that is cooked meat that we had from last night's dinner, and sometimes it will be cooked rice or pasta, and that's to encourage her to finish her whole dinner. Up until recently, she always used to have her evening meal upstairs on the bed, but lately we call her to come downstairs to eat with the rest, and this encourages her to move more, and she's more than happy to do so. She even waits for dinner in the kitchen with the rest of the whippets, which used to be something very unusual for her up until now. I've mentioned in my other videos that she doesn't really like to hang out with the other whippets because their energy levels destroy her comfort, but lately she will spend half of the day downstairs in the living room where everyone else is, and this makes us very pleased. Of course, she also spends more time standing up. She goes outside not only to do her business but also to walk and sniff around. She has gained some weight back, and overall it looks like her condition and energy levels have improved. When standing up she looks way stronger than she used to, which also means that her muscle condition has improved as well. Also, she can be very demanding and she will loudly request things like blanket, dinner, or sometimes just simply some love and attention. And obviously we always give her what she wants. And lately I feel like she thinks of me like I'm a walking restaurant because I always have an alternative to offer her in case she doesn't want a specific type of food at a time. And she is with me most of the day while I'm working, and I'm very happy that we have reached a great level of understanding each other because I always know what she wants, and sometimes if I'm on the phone or I'm busy, she knows to wait for me until I'm done because she is aware that the moment I can, I will attend to her needs right away. So as you can tell, it's quite a lot of work to check on her every hour or two to see if she is hungry or to offer her something different in case she doesn't want her food, or to offer a different feeding method, but it's all worth it, of course. Life is short for our four-legged companions, and especially when they turn into golden oldies, they deserve our efforts, they deserve our attention, and for us to give them what they want and need, to pay them back for all of those years that they have been our loyal companions. If you have a senior dog, give them love every single day, and please make sure they get the care and the attention they need and deserve. If you're concerned about their health, even in the slightest, please consult with your veterinarian as quickly as possible, because it can be something insignificant, but it can also be something more serious which requires immediate attention. If you want a puppy, make sure that you will love them just as much when they grow old, and never forget that young dogs require a lot of time, effort and attention, but senior dogs do as well, if not even more. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you have an older dog, tell me about them in the comment section down below. I wish you a lovely weekend and an easy week afterwards, and I will see you next time with a new video. Bye bye!